it rains on my parade. Oh. Every day.
That's Eric Roberson, Rain on My Parade. I don't know, got me feeling some type of way. But Frosty just mentioned that, you know, he's getting a little bit more into Eric Roberson because of the show, and he's liking what he hears. So shout out to Eric Roberson. You're tuned in to The Lounge on Word Radio 96.1 FM, 900 AM. Of course, we're streaming on wordradio.com. But because our next guests are also in studio, you can catch us on hashtag WURDTV, which you can access via Facebook Live. So if you go to Word Radio on Facebook, just type it in there, or you do facebook.com/for FORWURD. You can access the page there. We're on YouTube, Periscope as well. If you haven't already liked the Facebook page, y'all, stop it. Like the Facebook page, support, all of that good stuff. But listen, it's Artist Tuesday, and in studio, I am looking at double trouble. But it's not like double. It's not trouble, bad trouble. It's good trouble. Twin sisters, Eli and Lou Bevins. They're the founders of Eli Lou Entertainment. They're on for a couple different reasons, just because they're doing dope stuff. But then they also have this upcoming spoken word stage play, Broken Tables, that's taking place February 24th at the International House in the Ibrahim Theater. And that play is going to really explore the history of the black family structure over the decades through the lens of 6 poets, each of them representing various generations within one family from the late 1800s to present day. And it is Black History Month. So this is perfect timing.
Yes.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you all for having me. Oh, well, I said for having me. Well, yeah, having me in your world.
Right.
Yes. All right. So I asked you off here, like, how's your day going? You're like, busy. Like, it's
busy,
just going on.
Good. Busy is good.
Okay,
I
that's a
forget to
good
sleep
thing.
sometimes. Right.
Oh. Now, we're not in 2019. We're not doing this in 2019. Self-care all 2019. No.
Exactly.
But listen, let me be quiet and let you all introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
So I'm Eli Bevins. I am the clone of Lou Bevins because I was born second, known to many people. But we run Eli Lou Entertainment. After graduate school, we decided to our backgrounds is in computer science, minor in aviation, master's degrees in information architecture, but our passion has always called us, which is in the arts. It's spoken word. We're doing spoken word cinematic mixtape as well called Sound Mind, and we also have a spoken word stage play.
Wait,
called
what? Hold on.
I know, Ron did right.
A spoken word cinematic mixtape.
Right. You caught that. That was pretty good.
I
I know.
tried-
That was pretty good.
What is that? What is
So,
that?
as spoken word artists, we didn't want to just stand in front of a screen. We wanted to be a little bit more creative with it. And since we're also filmmakers, we decided to combine both of the arts together into one. So all 12 spoken word pieces and tracks have 12 short films that correspond with them.
Ah, okay. Okay, got you. Right. Now I got it. I got my brain around it. Okay. But go ahead. Back to the introduction. Sorry to interrupt.
And so we now have this spoken word stage play. Again, people are like, what's a spoken word stage play? We tend to try to do things that are different. We never want to stay in the same box. The same thing with our film work. But everything we do is conscious-based. It's thought-provoking. We want to put out messages that you don't typically hear. And I think talking about the family structure has shifted and changed a lot. Not too many people are sitting at the table anymore, which means we're not really having that many conversations about family. You know, back in the day, watching our grandparents, we were raised by our grandparents, and it was 9 of our grandfather, him and his siblings would always come together outside of funerals, outside of other engagements and things, and it was everyday thing, or a weekly thing at least. Right. And so as they begin to pass on, we noticed that it stopped. And it's one of those things where you don't notice it's gone until it's gone.
Until it's gone.
And so we don't typically use the dining room table anymore. And the next generation coming up is like, no, I eat in my room. I don't sit there with family. That's awkward. That's weird. No, I don't talk to my parents about X, Y, Z. So that's kind of where we got the concept from.
Yeah, so
broken the title, right? So the table is supposed to be the heartbeat of a family. It's where you come together for conversations, and it's not happening as much anymore. So we were like, how can we use our voice and our talent and in entertainment to bring that message? So we're essentially trying to solve a problem and bringing families back to the table and keeping families together. And then there's the third group will be a group of people who don't really understand what their family dynamic is. Maybe they were raised in a group home or want to start a family but don't really see how, or don't really understand what it means to be, the importance of family. So we were just exploring all those different things and came up with broken tables.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah. I see it.
No, all right. So I want to get into that, but I also have twin cousins, right? And so when I hear you say like, all right, so our background is in this and that, and our this and that, and this and that. Right? That's one thing I know is, you know, just doing some just light preliminary kind of research kind of thing, and just seeing that you both studied STEM. Right, at Elizabeth City State University, which is located in North Carolina, focused on computer science, and then both went on to pursue master's degrees in information architecture from Indiana University. And so I'm wondering, like, so much of life has been experienced together,
right.
But more so specifically on the academic side, right? And so was that intentional or just happenstance?
So it's funny because everybody thinks it's intentional, but I was I tell people when we applied to college, they lost a lot of our applications to the universities that we did apply to together because our information, social security, everything is so similar by like maybe a number difference and things of that nature. So we would call and they lost literally almost every school we applied to had either one or the other.
Oh, you just apply again. Do you know how long it takes?
Right, and they would say
Right.
apply again. It's like a long. I don't know. It was 2008 back then, so maybe the techno. I don't know. But we both just had the opportunity to leave the city to go to North Carolina, and we just said, you know what, I want something different. We've never left the city and the state before. You know, our grandparents didn't travel much growing up, and so we took that opportunity. So that's how we ended up going to the same university. But we didn't have plans to go to the same university.
It's funny.
At all.
I think you were mentioning like how twins some say our.
Yeah.
I had a job interview. I was by myself, and I was like, yeah, we, and I kept saying we, and they were looking at me like,
Who
I
else
did
is
that
here
a
with
lot,
me?
right?
We're not hiring her.
Like, I
Something's
did it
wrong.
like 6 times, and then midway through, I was like, okay, I'm sorry, I have a twin, and I'm used to saying we. So and he's like, oh, okay. And they were looking at me like I was pretty.
I had to
crazy.
change my essays to I, and it was the hardest thing. It's like we, because I feel guilty. Like half the stuff that I'm writing I about, I
not
know I
alone.
did with her.
Yeah.
So it's funny. You just have to pay attention when you were submitting your work.
So, given that at this point you're both creatives, right? And part of creativity is also like honoring, celebrating your individuality.
Yes.
How does that factor into what you co-create together? Like, what do you each kind of bring through your individuality to the table when it comes time to create something?
I would say with film, just so happens I do all the editing and she does all the filming.
Okay.
We both can do either role.
So have that technical
Yeah.
background.
Right.
Okay.
We can do either role. Like if I'm sick or something, it's been nice that I can just pass it off to her and it will get done. But just so happens I love the editing and she does the filming part. We never planned it. We never talked about it. It just kind of happened. And one day I was like, you know this, I do all the editing. She's like, you know this, you don't grab the camera on set. And I'm like, okay, well it was even. We got the work, we figured it out. So.
It's funny whenever someone has a larger load than the other. So if I had to film for like hours, I'm like, could you like take some of this? Or she like, oh, no, that's your thing. And I'm like, dang. So on the editing side,
like, yeah,
I
nah,
get her
sis.
back.
And then
I'm
she
like,
gets me back on the editing. I'm like, can you just do this one last track? And she's like, no, I'm
She's
going
like,
to bed now. I did that.
no,
Yeah, right.
no, that's for the younger sister.
oh, I
Younger
wave my
one.
2-minute flag.
Yeah.
all the
2
time.
minutes.
Yeah,
She
I gotta
uses
write
her
2
card
minutes.
sometimes. So.
How do you usually respond to your 2-minute flag?
I just tell people that they save the best for last, and I'm okay with that.
Oh,
There we go.
oh, shade. No. Okay.
That's my only comeback. And then when she says something else, I don't have nothing.
Got you. All right. Well, listen, we are in studio with. I gotta pause because I'm totally enjoying this. We have to go to a break, but when we come back on the other side, we're going to take a really short moment just to make sure that you all plug the show,
Yes.
give us some information about that, where we can get the tickets at, and then I want to have you all back because I have more questions, and I know we have a small amount of time today,
Okay.
but I would love to have you all. Like this, I'm
would love
feeling
to
this
come
vibe.
back. I mean,
Yeah. All right. So listen. Stay tuned. You're in the lounge onWURD Radio. I'm in studio with Eli and Lou. They are the twin sisters behind Eli Lou Entertainment, and also the upcoming production that's going to be happening called Broken Table on February 24th. So stay tuned. We'll be back on the other side. Don't go anywhere.
Brothers and sisters!
Don't miss The Source.
Weekdays 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
on WURD Radio.
WURDradio.com and the WURD Radio app.
Enterprise Exterminators will evaluate and eliminate whatever pest problems you may have, specializing in bed bugs, fleas, mice, and roaches. Do-it-yourself kits available. Hurry down to 4943 Wayne Avenue now. 215-849-7070.
Knowing your breasts can save your life. Go to knowyourgirls.org for the facts you need on breast health. Brought to you by Susan G. Coleman and the Ad Council.
The African Heritage Ministry of Enon invites you to its annual African Heritage Lecture on Monday, February 25th, 7 p.m., 2800 Cheltenham Avenue. Please join us for an evening with Matthew R.K., author of Not Light, But Fire, How to Have Meaningful Race Conversations in the Classroom. Come out and join us for this compelling discussion of practical approaches to having meaningful dialogue in the classroom and at home. Every parent and conscientious adult will benefit from this very essential and appropriate conversation. Enon, a place where people encounter God.
Celebrating Black history all day,
Every day. Medgar Evers.
All we want you to do is keep going with this fight for freedom. When we get this unity, ladies and gentlemen, nothing can stop us.
This is WURD Radio, 96.1 FM,
And 900 AM WURD.
Philadelphia, independent Black media.
Hey, this is Bianca Ingram, and you are listening to The Lounge on WURD Radio.
God knows I've been here before. Slamming door after door, it's overdue, I'm overdue. I could never be sure. Always hungry for more, not coming through. They tell me that I'm crazy and I know that, I know that. That I'm complicated, gotta show them, show them. But sometimes when I get this feeling, I can hardly breathe. Yeah. And still the jury's out and I am floating, floating. Yeah. Cloudy, foggy mornings without you here. Foggy mornings without you here, without you here, without you here, without you here. Times they keep changing, but I'm still stuck here. Don't know who's in control. You know that I know that it's so risky, but the seed has been planted, hey, yeah. They tell me that I'm crazy and I know that, say that I'm complicated, gotta show them. But sometimes when I get this feeling, I can hardly breathe. And still the jury's out and I am floating, floating. Cloudy, foggy mornings without you here. Cloudy, foggy mornings without you
That's Dan Sir Dan with Cloudy, and I'm loving that. First of all, never heard of it, but I need to download it at this point. Listen, you're tuned into the lounge on Word Radio 96.1 FM 900 AM. It's Artist Tuesday. We've been in the lounge chatting with twin sisters Eli and Lou Bevins. They're the founders of Eli Lou Entertainment, and they have an upcoming spoken word stage play, Broken Tables. So tell us, we only have about a minute, but we gotta get y'all back in here.
Yes, we
like
gotta perform for y'all.
Yeah, that has to happen. So let us, at this point, the priority is letting people know about Broken Tables.
Yes,
so give us that information so folks can get their tickets, because this is happening
This Sunday.
Yes. All right.
Sunday.
All right. So give us those details.
Right. So you can find tickets on Eventbrite.com. Just search Broken Tables. On our website, that's EliLouEnt. So that's EliLouEnt.com. And we're on social media, Eli Lou Twins on Instagram and Eli Lou Ent on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay. So that's where you can follow and then y'all got an Instagram too, right?
Yeah. Well, Eli Lou Twins and then Eli Lou Ent.
Gotcha.
Or Broken Tables on Instagram.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So any one of those three, right?
I'm trying to keep up with it.
Right. Any one of those three. But then also the website, EliLouEnt.com. Okay. You can find it all there. But thank you so much, ladies, for coming on board.
We gotta kick it longer.
Yes, and they've had a busy day. They're doing, their rounds and all of that good stuff. But make sure you check that out when you get a chance. So, and shout them out. But up next, right, we have our next guest. And if you're into photography, if you're into art, if you're not into photography, if you're not into art, you're going